I want to, before we go to some other callers, I want to say something about the beginnings of Christmas. Human beings have always celebrated the winter solstice. That's the lengthening of the days after December 23rd. Indicates that darkness is retreating. The earth is returning to life. People are happy. The ancient Romans had the festival of the Saturnalia, which went from, about December 17th to January 1st. They feasted and reveled, and what was the attitude of the early Christians? They ignored these Roman celebrations. They knew that December was not the month of Jesus' birth, and they regarded birthday celebrations anyway as a heathen custom, and they were waiting for the end of the world. He that loveth this life shall lose it. They had only scorn for earthly pleasures, but they couldn't stamp out the Saturnalia. By the 4th century A.D., the pagans were worshiping the god of the sun. This is S-U-N, on December 25th, and the Christians came to a momentous decision. If you can't stop them, join them. They proceeded to claim that December 25th was Jesus' birthday too, and they knew perfectly well that this was not the truth, and that the solstice holiday now belonged to their church. Mind you, this is after 350 years of fighting it. Even so, with the collapse of the ancient civilization in the Dark Ages, it took century after century until the very word Christmas was even coined in 1050, and even more centuries to catch on in the West so people would keep the holiday. It wasn't made a federal holiday until 1870. Now, it took so long because the Christians were ambivalent. On the one hand, it was inherently a heathen pro-life festival, the festival of earthly renewal, which demanded that you be concerned with this earth and enjoy pleasure. On the other hand, the Christians claimed to reject all this. They preached renunciation, sacrifice, the importance of the afterlife, not this life. Don't go around reveling, they said. Emulate Jesus. He didn't come here to laugh, but to suffer and die. The Christians took over a pagan holiday of worldly enjoyment and tried to make it a red-letter day for an otherworldly religion. And that is why Christians have been torn apart about Christmas for centuries. Here's the Puritans in 1633. Christmas should be rather a day of mourning than rejoicing. It should not be a time spent in voluptuous, unchristian, pagan dancing to Christ's disorder. And here is Cotton Mather in America. Can you in your consciences think that our Holy Savior is honored by mirth? M-I-R-T-H, obviously accompanied with a shudder. By mirth. Shall it be said that at the birth of our Savior we take the time to do actions that have much more of hell than of heaven in them? Well, this kind of attitude effectively killed the holiday in America right up through the early 19th century. Do you know that in the early 1800s, for example, December 25th was business as usual? It was not a holiday. The newspapers made no mention of Christmas. It was a nothing event, no gifts. Why? Then came all the major developments of the 19th century, and something in there in the post-Civil War period transformed this nothing holiday into the glory that we call Christmas. Now I'm asking you, where did it come from? What was the event of the post-Civil War period in America that created this holiday?